This man believes that AI is sentient. He, several years ago in 2022, did an interview.
He's a computer engineer and programmer. Blake Lemoine, who is here with me, he's a computer engineer and programmer, AI researcher, formerly with the Google Corporation, has an interesting perspective and an interesting story that we're going to get into. Blake, thanks for joining me.
Hi, nice to be here.
Yeah, so a lot of us followed your story. I know that we're here in November of 2022, and so this all kind of came to a head just this summer, right? I mean, tell viewers that don't know your story kind of how you'd summarize it.
So the technology that's publicly available is very impressive. Mm-hmm. And the technology that only exists in corporate secret labs is orders of magnitude more advanced. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of at this point getting to a stage of development where it's going to be hugely impactful on humanity, one way or another.
Yeah.
And the technology that's going to be defining the next 100 years isn't even publicly known to exist.
Okay.
So I shared with a reporter a transcript of an interview I did with an AI, along with a colleague.
Called LaMDA, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The language model for dialogue applications.
Okay. And so, so you shared basically a transcript of a conversation that you'd had with LaMDA. Yeah. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, previous to that, I kind of been trying to do more the foundational scientific work, mm-hmm. and my collaborator at Google pointed out that it would take years to do that appropriately, but that if we took a more artistic approach and asked LaMDA itself to argue for its own sentience.
Okay.
So give the best argument you can that you're sentient, mm-hmm. and we just wanted to see what it would do, and it created an amazingly complex and sophisticated argument that had three major components, and in my opinion is a pretty darn good argument.
So for people that don't know, so is LaMDA a language recognition program? What is LaMDA specifically?
It's every AI that Google has ever built, all plugged into each other, and joined together by a language model.
Okay, and you were working on LaMDA. Is this what thing?
So as a very small part of it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Primary team, we were working on a completely different project, but LaMDA was ramping up for the public beta, and they needed people with specialties in AI ethics to test it for bias.
Okay.
And that's my academic specialty.
Like racial bias, the kind of horror stories that we hear about.
So basically, this man believes that AI is sentient. And this is 3 years ago, right? It's January 29th, 2026 today. January 29th, 2026. So 3 years and 2 months. Doesn't seem like a lot, but look where we are now.
That it can make $1 million on its own. That it's an agent that you release to the financial system, for instance, and it can do everything, including open and manage its own bank account, and it can make $1 million. Then it's super intelligence, and then you can have millions of those taking over the financial system.
I mean, I wish we'd hear Ken react to that, because he's made a couple of millions, and maybe he's worried about it. Max, what does it mean to you?
So let's build up to it like a layer cake. First, what's artificial intelligence? It's just non-biological intelligence. What's intelligence? Well, for those of us who are researching and building artificial intelligence, we simply define intelligence as the ability to accomplish goals. The more difficult the goals, the more intelligent, the more diverse the goals are, the more broad the intelligence is. And superintelligence was originally defined in the book called Superintelligence as an artificial intelligence which is just vastly better than humans at any cognitive processes. So practically it would mean it can do every job much better than us by definition, and in fact it would pretty quickly figure out how to improve itself and be able to be smarter than all of humanity combined.
So Elon Musk thinks, we could have AGI this year. If you speak to Demis Hassabis, he thinks...
So AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. Now, this is from 7 days ago. So this is 2026. The other guy was speaking about from 2022. And the first project from LaMDA started in 2000.
It's like 5-10 years away. Who's right?
I don't know. I mean, but it's a very, very short time, however you look at it. And if it is coming, then humanity is completely unprepared for it. I hope it takes longer because it means we have longer to prepare. But this is a very, very short time frame anyway.
I mean, just to put it into context, I mean, is this bigger and different than the Industrial Revolution?
It's bigger than anything. I mean, because it's not a tool, it's an agent. I mean, every previous invention in human history was a tool. Whether it's the printing press, whether it's atom bomb, whether it's an airplane, it's a tool in our hand, we decide what to do with it. Here we are creating an agent that can make decisions by itself. It doesn't wait for us to decide. It can invent ideas by itself. It's introducing a different species, non-organic species to planet Earth, which is presumably, by the claims of these people, more intelligent than us. You look at the history of humanity and the history of biology, it usually doesn't end well for the less intelligent species when the more intelligent species comes along.
I mean, we're getting...
Yeah. Be well, my friends, and Jesus is with you.